The disappearance and death of Gabby Petito sparked a nationwide conversation about other missing people across the country, cases that aren't getting as much attention. It prompted us to launch Missing in America, a series focused on other people who have vanished and the desperate search by their families and law enforcement to find answers and justice. Earlier this week, we brought you the case of Najib Monsif. He goes by Juby. He is 20 years old and on the autism spectrum. Juby's family says that he has the mental capacity of an 8-year-old, and he has been missing from his home in Scottsdale, Arizona, for a little over 3 weeks now. His family is worried that he was taken or that someone is with him now, and they fear that he may have been lured away by a stranger that he met online. That is one theory. Well, during our conversation and our coverage of Juby's case, we heard about the story of Alicia Navarro. And when we looked, the similarities were startling. Alicia was 14 years old at the time she went missing in 2019. She is also on the spectrum, and her mom says 2 years ago she left a note saying, "I ran away. I will be back. I swear I'm sorry." It set off a frantic search and the first ever silver alert for a child in the state of Arizona.
We always check the house first to make sure a child hasn't returned or isn't hiding somewhere. They checked the backyard. They were able to find some things were stacked up against the wall. She's about 4'5", so she had to stack things to jump the wall to run away.
The FBI has Alicia's gaming computer, and they are investigating whether a stranger online lured her away. And after 2 years, there have been hundreds of tips and even some possible sightings, but sadly, still no Alicia. Her mom, Jessica Nunez, is joining us live tonight. Jessica, I am so sorry that you are going through this.
Thank you. Yes, it is very difficult, and thank you for having me tonight.
Of course. And, you know, from one mom to another, I think our mother's instinct is rarely wrong. So based on the letter that Alicia left behind, what do you think happened?
I know my daughter's intention, according to that letter, is that she was going to come back. It's been 2 years. I do believe she left thinking that she was going to come back and that she's not able to. That's what I think is going on.
Well, let's talk about the gaming. I know Alicia was into online games, as so many of our kids are. You fear that that hobby may have played a role somehow in her disappearance. What do you know about the people that she may have been communicating with on those games?
I definitely think that is the case in my daughter's situation. I do not know a lot. I know that she was very active online and had various contacts. I do believe this person that my daughter met or is with is someone that she did meet online.
What have the digital clues uncovered in terms of her phone, her computer, any information about who this person might be, what game they were playing?
Unfortunately, my daughter, that night that she left, she took the evidence with her. She took her iPhone and she took her MacBook, which has been very difficult for her to be traced. So she did play various games online, and she also used various apps.
I know police are able to sift through some of what she was doing on that gaming computer. Has that led to any information that's been helpful?
Unfortunately, not at the moment, but not only police is on my daughter's case. I also have 2 organizations that are working very hard to locate any trace on that computer. So I am very grateful for that.
And every time we talk about it, we put Alicia's beautiful face up on the screen. Hopefully somebody on the other side of that screen can help and recognize. Jessica, the other missing man I just mentioned, Juby, he disappeared not too far from where you all live. What went through your mind when you heard about his case?
I don't know too much details regarding that case, but I know on my social media, I do have a page for my daughter, and I did receive various messages where they did indicate similarities to my daughter's case. regarding that he was a big gamer and is also on the autistic spectrum. So I don't know too much details, but I have shared this person's flyer on my social media, hoping that he will be found.
Another family that can relate to your pain. A lot of our kids are spending so much time online right now, Jessica, especially after the pandemic. What is your message to parents out there, your warning to the rest of us about the dangers that lurk?
My message and the reason why I opened a page is to share awareness, because I do feel it's very, very necessary for parents to get educated on what their kids are doing in social media and all these new apps that are available to our kids. I myself personally didn't think any dangers, since I thought my daughter was safe being at home. I had strangers in my home without them physically being there. So for me, my advice to parents is to get educated of what's available out there in social media. Make sure that you know your kids' passwords and be constantly talking about the dangers, and just monitor their media, because I definitely believe it's a big, big problem that our youth is facing at the moment.
Critically important. Jessica, before I let you go, tell me about Alicia, her personality, what you love so much about her.
My daughter, she is high functioning. She is very smart. She's a very loving child. She never did something like this before. This is the first time that she ever ran away. With her personality, I never thought I would be sitting in this chair and being in this situation. She was an honor roll student. I mean, she liked to read. She liked computers a lot, and I'm so sorry. I just want her to be found, and I want her home. This has been a nightmare for me. She never went out. She never had outings. That was part of her goal. And I'm still in shock that she would do something like this.
Well, she is an innocent child, and she is missing, and she needs all of our help. Jessica, thank you for sharing Alicia with us. I pray that you get some answers, and I pray that God brings her home to you. Thank you for talking to us.
Thank you. Thank you for your prayers, and thank you for having me.
Thank you. If you have any information about Alicia Navarro and her disappearance, anything at all, little bits of information can help. Please call the Glendale Police Department. That number is on your screen, 623-930-3000. And if you see Alicia, call 911 immediately. And for that matter, if you see Juby, do the same.